Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel and welcome if you are new here. I am Sis on Space and today I'm going to talk about anger, and this message is for specific people, which is people who are very nice and were taught that anger is a bad thing. Honestly, anger is a friend. Your anger or your rage is not just distraction, it's your loyal friend. It's not a gentle friend, it's not a nice friend, but it's a very loyal friend. Because as someone who has been the nice person or a nice girl, people will even question me, do you even feel angry? Do you ever feel angry? And now being someone who taps into it and then allow the anger to direct me and also to tell me what I no more tolerate and kind of like direct me in like a new transformative way. It's so powerful. You should wait and listen till the end because I have so much stuff to tell you. First of all, there are two types of anger: the destructive anger and the loyal anger. Today I'm talking about loyal anger, but let me tap a little bit into the destructive one. It's the type that you see people throwing stuff, calling people out like so many bad names, and saying things they regret, and just like maybe destroying things when they're angry, or like smashing things. I've seen people with that and it's very destructive. You don't want to, that's not the anger I'm focusing on, okay? But mostly when you're transitioning from a nice person to being your full authentic version, you go through that stage of destructive anger. I want you to become aware of that. That is not the type of anger you want to feel, because that anger carries a lot of grief, a lot of pain, a lot of sadness, a lot of betrayal. It carries a lot of things and you have to unpack them. If you have a destructive anger, I would suggest you see a therapist. Disclaimer: see a therapist or sit with the pain and feel it. Let it move through you and see what it tells you. But today I'm talking about loyal anger, the type of anger that we want, the type of anger that made Michael Jackson become Michael Jackson, the type of anger that makes poets write down so many wonderful things, the type of anger that directs movie creators to create something like a movie that is whoa, or the type of anger that makes people write songs and pour their soul into it. That's the type of anger we are talking about. So, as we know, many great artists and poets and movie stars, directors, producers, many great painters, people who draw, many great artists, creators were born out of pain. I have not known one great creator who didn't go through some kind of pain. It's either a family trauma, it's either SA, DV, maybe their parents were DV'd and they witnessed it, and those pain turned into, when they grew up, they were able to alchemize it, okay? Every type of creation was born out of pain or anger, because anger is a very good thing when you know how to use it. So for my nice girls, mostly people who are nice were taught that anger is to be, pushed to the side. You have to hide, you have to block it, you have to stuff it away, you have to deny it even, because it's not a good thing. So growing up, I felt the same too. I didn't know what anger was. I had so much untapped pain that I didn't tap into, because as a young girl, I never got angry. I was bullied, I was abused, so many stuff, but I never ever got angry about it. I just laughed it off. I just denied that it ever existed. I just pushed it away. I didn't try to listen to it. I didn't try to, pay attention to whatever I was feeling. So I didn't know my emotions. I didn't know what I was feeling most of the time. And that made me a nice person, because I felt like I had to hide it so that people wouldn't know that I have, a different type of emotion apart from always being smiley and being nice and being chatty. I felt like that is how I would get through the pain, because I was young, I didn't know how to manage myself, and that is okay. Some people feel the same way. Maybe watching this video, you kind of know that you've been through so many stuff that you're supposed to get angry, but right now you can't feel it. That emotion is stored somewhere in your body, because one thing the body will do is keep the score. It will be somewhere stored up until you're able to tap into it. And the moment you tap into it, be ready to change. Okay, if you're not ready for change, then let that sleep silently. Even though it's going to reflect in your day-to-day activities subconsciously, it's going to reflect. people are going to treat you the same way they were treating you when you were a child, and you wouldn't be able to pinpoint why. It's because those things that trigger you, but you stuff it away, it's where your power lies. It's where, if you ever tap into that, it's going to transform you into like the most blossom version of yourself. But it's very, very painful to go through that. It's very, very fearful to face that. Some people don't want to face it, so they rather stay the way they are, let people treat them the way they want, and just be comfortable. I got to a point where I had no choice but to be angry. And I didn't know the power of anger. I could have tapped into it when I was young. I didn't know it holds so much power. I thought it will make people, or it will destroy relationship, or it will drive people away from you. So I didn't ever want to tap into it. Even when I felt angry, I would just laugh or pretend I'm okay. The moment I tapped into my anger was the day I realized I have so much power, and I have I am the magician of my own life. I can transform whatever I want. Whenever you feel angry, just know that something inside of you is dying. And what do I mean by that? Siska, what do you mean by something inside of me is dying? So let's say, for example, I don't know what actually triggers you, but you can find something that triggers you very much. Let me find out what really triggers me as a human being. Okay, like for instance, I am the type who gets triggered by like disorganized stuffs. Okay, when someone comes around me and they're being so filthy or disorganized, that triggers me a lot, because I'm very organized. I'm very kind of like, I want everything to be in order, like put the stuff where you picked it up. Okay, at first it never triggered me. Before I became that person, I threw my things everywhere. And then as I was growing up, my dad would always like punish me, because my dad is a very clean person. So whenever I throw my stuff anywhere, he would get angry and punish me for it. So most of the time when I go somewhere and things are organized, I get angry. I was so angry when I had to organize things and I had to clean stuff up. It was like a big trigger for me. I didn't want to be in a place where people would tell me like, let's organize. I didn't know why that triggered me, and I found people who had OCD or whatever very annoying. But the moment I faced that and I tapped into that, now I am the most organized, most cleanest person I could have ever imagined. That was somewhere that my power lied, that I had to like organize myself, and it's the reason why I've been able to like kind of like had a very clear like clarity when it comes to my goals and my dreams. At first I had no clarity, because whatever is around you, like your environment, reflects what's in your mind. So that means at first my mind was like, I wasn't focused. I wasn't a focused person. That was why I was living that way. But the moment I started like facing that fear, like, why do I get triggered when things are organized? Like when things are organized, I just want to like mess it up. Like it doesn't have to be perfect. I saw organization and cleanness as you trying to be perfect. Okay, that was me. So it triggered me a lot, and I hated my dad for that. But once I tapped into that feeling and I faced like, yo, what does that mean? And I realized I'm not a version of me that was very clean, that was very organized, that knew what she wanted, that went for what she wanted, that kept her room like a certain way, kept this thing here, put this here, who was very creative when it came to like arranging things and arranging her room. I designed my own room the way I wanted it, with no help and no like Pinterest, whatever. I knew the kind of bed I wanted. I knew the kind of like wardrobe I wanted. I was able to pick up all those things because I was very, very organized and very clean. I tapped into that. Even though it used to trigger me a lot, it became something that helped me become another version, like a very matured version of myself. Okay, so find whatever triggers you, because I bet you if you face it, whatever makes you angry, maybe I don't know, maybe you're very homophobic because that triggers a lot of people. There's some people who are very homophobic. When they see someone who's like gay or lesbian or whatever, they get very triggered. Maybe a part of you is there, or maybe you have to accept a part of you that you feel shameful about, or it could be about your sexuality. Maybe there is something shameful about sex to you or about your private part that you should accept. Tap into that, because there is always, like, whenever something triggers you or makes you angry, that is where your power lies. That is where you have to focus on, not what makes you happy, but what makes you angry. What triggers you is where your power lies. Okay. And another thing about anger is that it's going to show you your boundaries. Anger will always show your boundaries, so you have to listen to it. You have to respect it. And what do I mean by that? it will show you a boundary in a way that you didn't even know that that's your boundary. Because when someone is doing something you don't like and you keep telling them you don't like it, like you start getting irritated, you start getting angry, right? That there is a boundary. Maybe someone is teasing you a way that you feel is disrespectful. Maybe to other people that is not their boundary, so they don't feel that. But to you, you know, that person will act that same action with someone else and they will laugh, but then they act it to you and you're like, okay, that's disrespectful. And maybe you don't even know it's disrespectful, but you get angry, like, no, don't do that, don't say that. Why would you say that? That is your boundary. And you know, boundary is personal. It doesn't have to be because someone is happy that it's being done to them, that means you have to accept it. And sometimes I get angry when people are like, oh, they're just joking, or they didn't mean that. Everyone here is like, find it funny. Why don't you find it funny? Because we are individuals. And we have different experiences and different like kind of like life, you know, how we feel, our feelings are different. So what might trigger you might be funny to me. What might be funny to me might be annoying to you. What I'll find very beautiful might look very like, not my type or not what I want. Everyone is different from each other. So don't let someone gaslight you into thinking that, oh, you have to stuff it away, because that's how people stuff it away. And even when it comes to relationships, sometimes you tell your partner, this triggered me, and they'll be like, oh, that was just a joke. That is gaslighting. And whatever you feel is very, very valid. Whatever you feel, especially when it comes to anger, is very valid, because the anger is telling you, hey, this is like a disrespect to yourself. Don't tolerate it. So it's going to show up because it's like a very loyal friend, and you know a loyal friend is always going to have your back. So when that thing is very disrespectful for your self-esteem, because it all happens when you have a good self-esteem. So when you have a good self-esteem and someone is saying a bad word, some people will like laugh it out and be like, yeah, talk that talk. But someone who respects themselves will be like, don't say those words to me. Mostly it's trying to tell you, your self-esteem trying to tell you, like, this is beneath me. This is something I'll not accept. This is something that, no. Looking at my self-esteem and what they're offering me, no. So you get angry, right? To prove to them that, for your anger to prove to them that this is not what you want, or this is below you. Anger will define your boundaries to others, even without you knowing, because it all comes down to self-esteem. Let's say, for example, there are some friends who would call each other the B word, the N word, like insult each other as a way of fun. I don't do that with my friends. I don't allow anyone to insult me. I don't allow anyone to call me out anything other than my name. To some people, they might say, oh, that's so serious. Like, that's so... Yes, my anger will rise when someone tries to disrespect me in any way. And someone might find it like very nice, like they find it as an invitation to be combative and aggressive. I will find it as a way as like, let me walk away from this person because they don't respect me. So it's different, but that is my anger defining my boundaries, even without me even thinking about it. Like when someone does something that triggers me or that is below my self-esteem, my anger just defines it. Like I get angry out of the blue, right? Because that's like, we are not taking that. So listen to your anger, because it's telling you where your boundaries are without you even knowing. So listen to it and respect it. Another thing about anger is that it's going to propel you into a new life. What do I mean by that? So anger mostly transforms, so it's between life and death. Okay, it's that cycle. Because the moment you are about to enter into a new life or a new, like a new version of yourself, mostly you do it from a place of strong emotion. It might be because you're betrayed. So now that you're betrayed, you gain clarity of, oh, so this friend of mine did this to me. Like, you know how you feel like, you did this to me? How could you betray me? Like, how could you do this to me? And you feel a lot of rage. You feel a lot of anger, sadness, grief. And if you don't store it away, okay, this is it. If you don't store it away and you sit with it and you face that and you feel that anger, you realize that once you're over that, you become a different person. It's like a part of you died, and you kind of like take the lesson out of it and use it for something better in your next life. So let's say you're in a relationship and your partner never cared for you, they never took care of you, they never provided for you, they never listened to you, they were always like maltreating you or like manipulating you, and you stayed for so long. One day you get so angry, like people who walk away from bad relationship, one day they just get so angry, they can't take it anymore, they're like, I'm done, this is like, or sometimes they just go silently, like they silently move on, like the anger just transform you. Like it makes you like a different person. And I've seen it happen to my own self, like where I was in a place where I was so down, and one day I got up and I just left because I was so angry that I didn't even know what to do. The only thing that would save me and that person, because I didn't want to end up in jail, was to walk away. And the moment I walked away, something inside of me died, and something like a different part of me that I've never seen before was born. And I was like, whoa, who is this girl? Like, it was so magical. The pain is where the transformation is. Honestly, if you want to change, listen to your pain and let it be your map, because trust me, it's going to take you to places you've never been to. People who don't listen to their pain and stuff it away stay the same. They don't transform. And I'm like I was saying, it's very, very hard. For me, it was very hard facing that pain and going through heartbreaks, betrayal from friends, disappointment from family members, and just people letting me down and like talking down on you and all of that. All of that came together and it just changed me. I just became a different version. Even starting YouTube, people were discouraging me. I had close friends, like people were like supposed to be my friends, telling me it's not gonna work, just do this, do that, it's not gonna work. And I felt so bad. I felt so disappointed that the people I was looking up to support me and help me were like, they let me down. I was like, oh my gosh. And I remember sitting in my room crying, bawling my eyes out and writing things down angrily. Like if I was to show you the book right now, it's just, I'm gonna be this, I'm gonna be a YouTuber, I'm gonna do it. And with that pain, I just started YouTube. Like, even though I was nervous and afraid, it pushed me into doing it just to prove to them. Okay, so something died in me when I got tired of everyone saying this and everyone saying that, and not getting the support from like people I was in a relationship with, like someone I was dating or my friends. That anger, when I got tired, I left them behind, and I just something died, and that thing that died wasn't relating to them anymore. It's like, so make sure if you're a nice girl, you listen to that anger, you tap into that rage, tap into it, because that's what your power is. Tap, okay? Tap into that power, tap into that rage. That is where you're going to change and be the girl you're supposed to be. That's where you're going to have the it factor. At first, I didn't have the it factor until I tapped into my anger, and now I'm unstoppable. And another thing is, whenever you feel anger, don't project it, okay? Whenever you feel envious of someone, if you feel jealous of someone, don't project it. Because what that thing is telling you is, you can also have that. Like, it's a mirror. Whenever you feel angry towards someone, like maybe you feel jealous or envious of someone, look within yourself and ask you, what is it about them that makes me feel this way? Maybe you feel jealous of a girl that is in your school or at your workplace. Ask yourself, what is it about them that triggers me? Maybe it's the way they dress, maybe it's the way they talk, maybe it's their aura, maybe it's who they are. Like, maybe they're beautiful, that triggers you. Ask yourself, how can I work towards myself to be better? Not like her, but to be the best version of you, not them, you. Because you can never be like anyone else. You can't. That is you chasing like nothing. You can't be like someone, okay? You can only steal their aura. It wouldn't even be the same, but you can only imitate them, but you can't be like them. And the only thing that will separate you from anybody else in this world is you being authentic. You being different from everyone. You want to be the type that people will meet you and they'll be like, wow, you're so different. I've never met someone like you before. Yes, you don't want people to meet you and be like, oh, you remind me of so and so. That sounds like, that isn't a compliment. Someone tells you, oh, you remind me of this girl, like the girl in our class, like the way you dress, the way you talk, the way you walk, just like her. And it's even worse when you are in the same school and you're imitating them and people are like, oh, you're beginning to look like this person. Like, that looks weird. And that's like you wasting your energy, like you wasting energy always looking out for what they have to do next, so you do it. And you're just wasting energy. You're going to be tired and it doesn't look good. You want to be the version of yourself that you imagine. If you like the way she dressed, maybe you have something fashionable inside of you that has to be birthed. if you are jealous of people who dress very good, like whenever you see someone who dresses so good, you're like, ugh, I could do better. That means there is a fashion icon inside of you. If someone is so pretty and you see them and like, oh, I can do better makeup, or I think I will look better than her. That means if you take care of yourself, you're going to be better. You're going to look better. That means there is a beauty inside of you that you haven't tapped into yet. And maybe this anger is making you ugly. Maybe it's time for you to let down that envy of you envying beautiful people and tap into your most beautiful side, which is taking care of yourself, exercise, eating right, doing whatever you have to do to make you look beautiful, cleaning out your aura by exuding love and positivity out there, okay? If maybe someone, the way they walk makes you jealous because they walk really good, maybe there is a model inside of you. Maybe there's a Naomi Campbell inside of you. If someone talking proper or talking good or having a YouTube channel or having some kind of business triggers you, that means there is a business tycoon inside of you. There is an entrepreneur spirit inside of you, but you haven't tapped into it yet. So it's always going to trigger you. Find out whatever triggers you and reflect inside. Don't project it onto people. Don't project the anger onto them. Don't project the envy and jealousy onto other people, because that is how it will turn into aggression. Okay? That is how you become an aggressive person. You projecting all the time, you being angry at other people for doing them and not tapping into yours, is you attacking your reflection in some way. You attacking your own self, something that you also could do. And now it's reflecting inside of you. Instead of you take it as an inspiration, like, oh, if they could do it, I could do it. You're attacking it. So you're not accepting some part of you. Okay, that is you not tapping into that because you don't accept that. You don't believe you have it. You doubt it. You're afraid. And you attack it. Then you become an aggressive person because you're always attacking people. That will make you aggressive. Don't be that type of person. Anytime you're triggered, anytime you feel angry or any type of strong emotion, don't give it away. Use it to change. Like me, when I see pretty people, when I see beautiful girls, I'm like, damn. If I'm here with this person, I am pretty. I'm even prettier. Okay, I don't care. Like, I don't see, like, other girls would be like, oh, she thinks she's all that. Mom, I think she's all that. If you think she's all that, like, if you think someone is all that, then that means they're all that. Like, I don't see pretty people and I'm like, oh, I think she's all that. I don't care. Like, I feel so good. That is where I want to be. I don't want to be with people who have low energy. I want to be with people who have nice energy, who also look good. Like, of course. And to me, that's a motivation. If it ever triggers me, because I'm human and I'm not always smiling and nice and positive all the time, sometimes I get triggered by things. Sometimes some people show up and I get triggered. I'm like, oh, then that is why I catch myself. Okay, I'm like, what is it about her? And then I look and I just reflect. I'm like, oh, is this thing about her? That means I have it in me. Like, which part of my life was I told that I don't have to tap into it or I should stuff it away? And then every time an answer shows up and I'm like, in school I was bullied, or like someone told me this, like, this thing is not good, like, don't, it's witchcraft, it's this. And then I'm like, okay, and then I tap into it, and then by the time I realize it, I have it, but in my own version. Like, I am that thing, I'm that person, but in my own version. So always reflect on the anger, don't project it. So to conclude on everything, I hope it helped. So whenever you feel angry, if you're a nice girl, please let the anger show. Let the anger show. Let people know what you like and you don't dislike. Because when you don't show anger, I have been there where I wasn't showing anger and people asked me like, oh, you're never angry. They took me for granted. They didn't really consider me when they were taking a particular action. And I also didn't do my part of showing them that I wasn't comfortable, so they continued doing things to me until I exploded. And that is not a good place to be. And if you can't handle it, sit and observe the emotion, okay? Sit and observe your emotions all the time. It's not just anger. Whatever you feel, sit and observe it quietly, because it's going to talk to you. It has a voice. Every emotion is a version of you. Every emotion you have is a version of you. I don't know, it could be the 3-year-old version of you. It could be the 17-year-old version of you. It could be the 6-year-old version of you. It could be the 10-year-old version of you. That is talking to you. Because in every stage of your life, you go through different experience. Even every day, you face different experience. You are not the same person every day. So imagine today, if something traumatic had happened to me, and tomorrow I forget about it. One day, something triggered me about it. I have to, like, that this version of me that went through that thing is going to show up. Okay, she's going to show up. I might have forgotten her, but she hasn't forgotten me. She's still inside of me. She's going to show up and remind me, you remember this thing? Like, don't do it, don't do that. So whenever you feel an emotion, sit down, because that is you. Like a version of you that you never listened to, that you never processed, that you never cared about or respected talking to you. And with that saying, I hope this helped my nice people. This is the last time you're a nice girl or you're a nice person. Let your anger be your loyal friend, and don't let it destroy relationships or destroy yourself. And always be a good person and radiate positivity and allow the birth and death of your own version of yourself. Like, it's so beautiful. Don't you want to see different versions of yourself every time? Like, I always want to. Sometimes when I'm very and I'm going to a very like strong emotion, I just go like, I can't wait to embrace this new version of me. I know something is cooking up, and I like something shows up, and another version of me shows up, and she has a different mindset and a different way of creating and a different way of like speaking and a different way of talking, or like just being. Her aura, like everything is different. So I hope this video helped. Can't wait to see you in the next video.